Another Transformer Tuesday coming your way today on Brickscale Studio. Welcome back to Brickscale Studio. My name is Jeff. As always, thank you so much for joining me. So we have another build episode for the Generation 1 Optimus Prime. So last week we finished up on the legs by attaching those fuel tanks and wheels, and today we are building a spinal column, which is very interesting. So now we're going to be working on the sort of lower body section. So this model gets really tall. So we will be adjusting the camera and doing some different angles. So let's get into the build.
Autobots, roll out!
Okay, so in this episode we're going to be building the spine. So I have my parts laid out here. And for this first section, we will not need the leg section. So everything we're going to be doing is with these parts right here. So what we want to do first is we want to take one of these pieces, and one of these pieces, and basically that is going to go together in an assembly like so. And then we are going to put one of these little rods in there. So if I turn this around and I kind of get this sort of going here, if we get it started, now it does say that we may need to pound this in to get it going. Alright, using the pliers definitely helps. Alright, so that took quite a little bit of finagling to get that in there. But once we got it in, now we have these pieces aligned. So what we are doing next is I need to make 5 more of these. So let me go ahead and get those done, and then I will be right back. Okay, so to say that those are not tricky is not accurate. It's tricky as heck. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have our 6 parts, and the way this is going to go is now we're going to attach the 6 parts together. So they are going to go in just like so. And you want to make sure that this tab, so these have this little tab on them, you want to make sure that that is okay, up like so. So let's see how easy this one is going to be. I mean, this one will probably be a little easier because we're only going through 2 instead of 3. So yeah, that one's easier. So let me get these all attached and we'll be right back. All right, so we've got those 6 put together. So let's set that aside. Next, we're going to bring over this piece and this piece. Let's see. So this is going to go up like so, and this is going to get put right in there. Again, this one should be easy. Again, we're only doing 2 pieces together instead of 3, so it's kind of like once you get it started here. Alright, so we got that one. Okay, and now we have this piece. And we want the 2 little cylinders pointing this way. And then this is going to go in just like this. And we are using this little teeny one that was all by itself in the pack. So the ones that we have been using are these long ones, and this one obviously is shorter, so we want to use the shorter one. Let's get this in really quick. All right. I am short a pin because now we are supposed to be hooking these in. And we are supposed to have another one for this side. And we do not. Yeah, I am not happy about that at all. All right, so we sort of improvised, and I just used a nail that I had, and I cut it as best I could, so hopefully that will work. Now we're going to take these pieces, and we are going to... So we're going to screw these little caps in just like so. Actually, let me make sure. So we want them going up like this. Correct? Correct. So yeah. So we're going to screw those in with 2x3x6 screws. So let's get one of them going here. I have a feeling this is going to be kind of a pain in the rear. All right, so that is going to go just like so. And then the next one is just going to go right on top like this. So let me get these all on and we will be right back. Okay, so here is the spine all finished. So yeah, very interesting. So let's see. Next we need this little round piece here. Now they're telling you that there are, obviously, as you can see, these two holes are closer together than these two holes. So these two are going to go toward the front. And I'm probably going to have to adjust the camera, so I'll be right back. Okay, so not only did we have to adjust the camera, we had to adjust the lights. So here we are. So we're going to put this piece on just like so, and we want the wires coming up the front here. And then it's just, we're going to take our screws, whoops, that we had ready. All right, let's try this again. All right, perfect, we got those in. All right, now we want to take this piece and these two pieces here. And I need to orient this really quick. So let me show you here. So these two pieces are going on just like so. And they're getting secured with 2x6x8. So I'm going to actually do that down here rather than trying to hold it up. There's the other side. All right. Okay. So now we have this piece. And we want to attach that to the spine like so. And we need some 2 by 3 by 6, which we already have out. So I'm not sure if you can see this at all. But let me get this started and then... Alright, got one side started. Alright, so that is the spine attached to this piece. This is so bizarre. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now we are going to take this, we're going to bring our wires up, and that's going to sit just like so. So we are going to take we're going to take 4 of our 3 by 8s with the lock washers. Alright, there is one here. Alright, that was the last one there. Okay, now I need to retrieve another part here. Alright, so that are these 2 pieces here. So those are going in right there. Like so. And yeah, it's showing it with the flat edge facing front and back. So going in just like so. All right, and that is the end of the scale model portion. So we got the spine created, which very strange indeed. And then we got that attached to the body, or to the pelvis, I guess. So in the next episode, we'll be working up here. Sorry for the interruption, but I just wanted to pass along a quick editorial note here. So because the camera, I had to raise the camera so high to capture putting the spinal column on, I didn't want to have to, have it up so high and then lower it and do the Lego section, and then in the next episode raise it back up again and then lower it again. So I just decided to continue on with the Optimus Prime video, so you will not see the spinal cord and lower legs in the recap. Instead, I build the remote control and show that in the recap. But then in the next episode, next week, I'll sort of show you the spine and everything, how it looks. So just wanted to mention that. So you're like, why isn't the spine in the recap? It's because of camera angles and being lazy and not wanting to readjust the camera multiple times. So on with the build. I thought we would go ahead and complete this remote control as part of this episode. So here we have the remote control. So we have this component, we have our circuit board. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and connect this. Alright, while we still have some room to maneuver it. Alright, and that's going to go on just like so. And we're going to do PB 2 by 3 by 6. Now, it goes without saying, anytime we are screwing on a circuit board, you want to go easy and do not over-tighten, because you will crack the circuit board and then you will be in a world of hurt because nothing will work. Alright, perfect. Alright, so now we have the front here, and this is going on just like so, and then we also have our Autobot emblem that's going on. And now we want to just match this up. And again, we're doing PB 2 by 3 by 6. All right, and this will take 2 AAA batteries, which I will put in at a later date. All right, so there is our remote control. Also, we will test this out at a later date. All right, cool.
Autobots, roll out.
All right, this is back on the Lego side. So last week we finished this hand and attached this arm, and now we're working on the lower arm for the other side. So we're going to be doing steps 307 to 323. All right, and that is 323. So we finished this arm, and we got the hand on. Perfect. So that will do it for this episode. All right, so for the Lego side, we finished off this arm and got this hand. And then on the scale model side, we did the spine and attached that to the pelvis area. But I'm not going to haul that big thing over here because we'll show the finished body in episode 20. But we also did this remote control. So yeah, this is very cool. So yeah. So can't wait to test this out in a few episodes. So that is it for episode 19. Okay, so that was a little tedious with the putting all those little segments of the spine together, but we got it done. And I'm super excited about the remote control, testing that out in the coming weeks. But let's get on with our summary really quick. So for the scale model, 34 steps and 42 parts. For the Lego side, 24 steps and 40 parts. So pretty even on the scale model and Lego sides this week. Total to date, 636 steps and 740 parts on the scale model side, and 462 steps and 1,132 parts on the Lego side. So again, I just wanted to remind you that I didn't feature the spine in the recap because of the camera angle thing. And then next week, we'll sort of catch up on the recap part of it. So next week, we're going to be sort of encapsulating that spinal cord and working on the lower body abdomen portion of Optimus Prime. And we do have a special little hiccup in that episode, which you'll have to watch next week to see what that is. But yeah, super exciting or annoying on my part because I had to redo some stuff. But we'll get into that next week. So anyway, remember, like, share, subscribe. We're trying to hit those subscriber milestones. It really helps out the channel, and we're trying to give away some free Lego. And as always, remember, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon.